You don't scare me. Owen! Are they safe? No, they're not. What are their names? Well, Stoner Kid, we got Charlie. That's Echo. There's Delta. That one there's Blue. She's the beta. Well, who's the alpha? You're looking at him, kid. But I don't see anybody. You don't? No, you're invisible now. Oh, that's because Hasbro didn't make action figures, kid. Ain't that a bitch? Shut up, Stoner Kid. Okay. Alright, my camera is just not wide enough to capture the whole Raptor squad in one shot. So I have Blue right here. Blue has already had a review done for her on my channel. I will link her as an annotation at the end of this video. So we have Echo, Delta, and Charlie, the new Wave 3 Growlers. Here's the in-depth review of all three of them. I just want to show you the packaging of all of these guys. Open box, like the usual Growler assortment, or anything in the Jurassic World line. Red blood fades to the blue and the white, supposed to be a Dino Damage scan with the logo, picture of the Raptor, T-Rex logo, arrow with the tail, showing you the sound effect as well as the Dino Damage sound effect right here with the arrow. And it has the name of the Raptor there, and the photos there and there. There's Charlie's front, here's Delta's front. And here's the back of the packaging. You can see if they have their names at the top there. And a, looks like airbrushed photo of them, but it's actually not that airbrush. It has to do with the sculpt, which we're going to get into in a second. It's very disappointing. Their name, chopping jaws, just bland stuff. Another picture of the front. Here's Echo, and there's Delta. I just want to say something real quick. This is the first assortment Blue, and this little tab right here that goes down had tape on it. So like this is from, you know, the May release. Has tape, Growler Blue. I'm unboxing Echo, the first one. There's no tape on here at all. I was like, maybe that's just an error. Well, Charlie doesn't have tape either, and neither does Delta. It's just the little things that, I guess, wow, it has a little notch there, so they wouldn't have to put tape. Does this have a notch? Let's see. Yeah, that has a notch too. So it's just Hasbro being cheap, not willing to spend an extra penny or two to put tape on these little latches there. That's pretty f***ing embarrassing. Okay, so you're probably wondering, why are they in like a pile just chilling there? Well, it's because they can't stand. We're going to get to that in a second. But first I want to show you something that's just absolutely hilarious. Velociraptor Echo with the Velociraptor Blue artist rendition. I mean, I understand because Echo is the exact same sculpt as Blue, but he even included the blue stripe. So I was like, I'll brush it off. So, Velociraptor Charlie with Velociraptor Blue's picture. And you guessed it, Velociraptor Delta. Well, at least they included it here. It's got, looks like Charlie there for Delta on the insides. At least they got something right. It would have been pretty embarrassing if they included Blue in that too. But geez, what a bunch of idiots running the Jurassic World line. There's Charlie's adequate. There's Echoes with Blues, it looks like. Actually, that might be Echoes. I don't know. Might be Blue. So I just want to show you that real quick. Let's go Echo first. So like I've already stated, Echo does not want to stand at all. If I put her in the football stance, she stands, kind of. This is really pissing me off. At least her legs are very, so far, sturdy. What is that noise? When you move her leg, somehow it touches the Dino Damage, because it looks like my Dino Damage is a little, I don't know. Maybe it's just a shitty sculpt. She doesn't want to stand, but this Blue stands. At least she used to. There she goes. So Blue stands. I mean, barely. Look at how much foot surface she has in her feet. Same exact sculpt as Blue. I know it's lazy as hell. I agree. The warped, I guess, from the packaging, Echo does not want to stand. That makes me quite mad that they can't have animals that just are balanced. I mean, come on. This is embarrassing. I'm really mad right now. Like, how hard is it, for real? I already showed you my Pack Raptor stance. Oh, f it. I'm so done right now. I do not need this. I just wanted all 4 Raptors that look nice. Titan class gave us ugly head sculpts and no sickle claws and pretty bad paint jobs. I mean, we're gonna get to the paint jobs here in a second. Like, what the hell is this? This is Echo. You tell me this is Echo. You tell me this is Echo. This is not Echo at all. This is it's like a expired mustard with like beige stripes on the top. At least it's better than no stripes like Victoria's Cantina had. Mouth, God. Missing paint here on the pink of the tongue, but at least it looks the best out of all of them. I mean, sculpt wise, it's nice detailing. That's why I gave blue a 9. Same exact action feature. Pull down the tail, arms move. Same exact thing for the Dino Damage. It's the exact same Dino Damage piece. JW logo, exact same place. It just doesn't stand. It's so different of a paint job. It's not screen accurate at all. But for some reason I like it. I like its differences. I really like her. She just doesn't want to stand. It's just, look how easy this is to move the foot. That's not good compared to this one. It's stiffer. You can actually hear that plastic cracking. And she stands up. So, don't know what the hell this one's problem is. Did the factory cheapen up that much? I mean, the paint job is atrocious, but at the same time, I really like it. You can see that the same sculpt, but they actually do look a bit different. Even if blue is fucking black. And if you look at the eyes, even Echo's eyes, I think, are cooler than Blue's. I don't like how she's looking this way. I'd rather have them looking forward. It just looks really great, the different paint job with the sculpt. They didn't cheapen with this compared to Charlie and Echo. But you see, wonderful factory. Got some black just over dripped onto her actual foot, and a little bit here. Looks kind of and of course there. I mean, this is I had 3 to choose from. This is the best one. I'm fortunate enough to not have head seams like I've seen before from my friends, so that's good to know. But yeah, you can look at this side and see the screw holes, very protruding. Even the electronics compared to blue, which you really don't notice that much because they're dark holes, except this area because the beige underbelly. You really don't notice them. You definitely notice them here and on the belly for the battery compartment, as well as the trigger mechanism for the action feature, as well as the line on the tail. And then here you really don't notice it on blue. So here's Delta. You see Delta mouth open stance just like the blue sculpt reused for Echo, but it's a different posture. Yeah, we got the open mouth, but legs are same exact stance, right foot forward, left foot back, but instead of a cat-like lunge, we have like a lion roaring type deal going on here. A little weird, but I like the neutral poses. I'm just gonna point out a problem. This is like a little factory nudge. It was the best paint job out of all of them, but I knew I could probably get it off with a knife or something, so let's try it. There we go. Cool. So yeah, there we go. Looks better, but geez, I mean, come on. When you look at Delta, you see that her paint job is pretty accurate. It's a brown. On the top, you got like a darker brown striping, and then on the head, I don't know if you can tell much, but it's a very faded, desaturated green at the top of her head, from her nose to her eye. So overall, the paint doesn't look too bad. What looks bad about this figure is the sculpt. I'm talking about the detailing. Just bloody awful. Look at the leg. It's probably the best, even though it literally looks like diarrhea. It looks like the texture of a huge poop. It does. You have the lines here to exaggerate the muscles, well, a little bit of calves, goes down the foot. Even it continues to the foot. It just looks like diarrhea to me. It looks like there's this texture leading down. It just doesn't look like a raptor's foot. At least there's no like paint real defects there. You see the surface area of the feet are a little bit better than the blue and Echo sculpt. And they even have a little cutout like the chomping Rexes do and other animals they have for this line. So it's better balance and stability, which they should have. And of course, right when I say that, it doesn't want to balance. I just hate these fucking toys. Biggest thing about the sculpt is that it just looks like crap. Why does it look like crap? Well, for number one, there's no real detailing. The legs look the best, and the legs don't look that great. You see the tail here just looks bland. There's just like a bunch of random lines, no real care in the sculpt, and it's just glossed over. There's no detailing. All of it's been cheapened up. I have a source that has a source from Hasbro. They save pennies by cheapening up the factory reproduction of this sculpt. So if they can mass produce these toys for a little less, they're going to make it look like a little less of a sculpt, and that's what they did. So this animal does not look that great. It looks too glossy. It looks like they took a bunch of enamel and just, how much is that? 3 coats. I put on 10 more. That's what it looks like. It looks like garbage. Look at the hands. She has like webbed hands, like a duck or something, like a duck's foot. There's actually finger separation here for Echo in the blue sculpt. And here, it's all webbed. It looks crazy to me. I don't know what they're thinking. Here's the side. You have the line for the action feature, all the wonderful trademarks and stuff, which should totally be on the belly. Awesome sound effect chamber. Screw hole 1, 2, 3. I guess 3. The bottom you have like a very, very light, looks like a green mixed with a beige that fades up into the stomach, which it's just all of it's brown. It's just all, it looks really bad. Other side you have your JW logo and show you the action features. Different than. If you ask me, that's not a Velociraptor sound. I don't think I've ever heard that Raptor sound in a movie ever from Jurassic Park. One thing to add about the paint, there's no paint on this claw right here on the inside of the foot on each side. So just like these guys, cheap. So here's the Dino Damage sound effect. We'll get to the Dino Damage here in a second. That is authentic, and I'm glad it's different than. So the Dino Damage piece, what the hell is up with this chicken wing rib action going on here? Who is the 12-year-old, not even 12, who is like the 2-year-old that's like, draw us a rib design. Ribs go like this. Nope, we're gonna go like this little like Christian fish logo and put it just right there with the Dino Damage. Yeah, ribs totally go horizontal, not vertical. Great job, Hasbro. Another mess up is the eye. Pretty sure Delta has a slit pupil and not a round one. It's just like giving the T-Rex a slit pupil instead of a round one, but they give a Raptor a round pupil instead of a slit. So Delta's the only one that has that. Charlie, Echo, and Blue all have slits, but Delta has a circle. It looks ridiculous. These toys are just really underwhelming. I want to look at the mouth. The mouth, it's so funny. You see the middle of it there? It has a continuation of the tongue on the back end of it. What the hell is that? It's just a bunch of gums. That makes no sense whatsoever, Hasbro. And of course the action feature is a little silly. The mouth is open, and you have to, I'm about to say, why didn't it work there? You have to close it to have the mouth closed. Shouldn't it be like close and then a push your button thing and then it opens? Like kind of like the Chomping Rex. I don't know why, I just don't like the, I want to have, you know, I can move it by myself or have it closed and then I open it and like grab a figure and stuff. Because you have a figure like this, it's not gonna work. So it looks kind of weird, and also the mouth for the new guys does not close up completely, like something like that. Kind of just has like a little gape, like he's smiling. He's like, haha, I just had some chicken today. So pretty weak Delta, even though it's a fairly accurate paint job for the movie, or at least fairly recognizable between all the Raptors. And my legs are really stiff. Here's how the sculpt articulates. So at least she balances, right? Ugh. God, this is such a cheap figure. And of course the paint stripes end right there and nothing the rest of the way. Really dumb. So Charlie time. Charlie's my favorite Raptor. Blue is probably second, but here's Charlie. Just generic looking green. Looks eh. Stripes on top. Ends the exact same position as Delta. Actually, Delta's stripes do not go from the back of her neck to the top of her head. Like at least Blue, the continuation, I mean, it's part of her paint job. Blue's goes up to her head and it goes all throughout her neck. Echo, yeah, they cheapened up on Echo too. Echo's stripes end at the base of the neck. So pretty cheap on Hasbro's part. It's really noticeable with Charlie though compared to say Echo or Delta, because she's just a one piece plain old green with the darker green stripes on top. JW logo nearly the same as the stripes on top. Black paint on the cycle claws and toes. Web, hands just like Delta. Black paint. Screw holes, same exact 3. Same with sound chamber for the electronics line to trigger the jaw movement action feature, as well as the Dino Damage sound effect. At least this is a really nice Dino Damage. But she has accurate slit pupil. Same exact jaw thing going on. Same exact internal ridiculousness. Continuation of the gums into the mouth. And same horrible sculpt details that Hasbro has decided to cheapen up on us for. Really sucks. It looks so bland because there's no other detailing that visible besides just one color paint for stripes. Charlie looks so cheap in the head because Charlie doesn't have any head details. Like, at least Delta has her green stripe that runs here to there. Charlie's got nothing. Charlie just looks the cheapest out of all of them, which is sad. Because Charlie probably looks the best, like at least in the head here. But it's just so glossed over. Like, look how cheap that looks. That screams yikes to me. On the bottom you have like a off-white that just stays there. It really doesn't fade up a little bit. That would probably help it so much. But they didn't do it. It's just all one solid green. It looks just so bad, Charlie. I'm so sorry. It's something you have to see in person. You really do. How glossy and the loss of detail that these animals truly have. It's quite embarrassing. So let's compare these guys. So here are the Raptor Squad guys in comparison to action figures in the Jurassic Park universe, G.I. Joes. There are 3 3/4, as well as the Jurassic Park 3 Paul Kirby figures and the bigger 4 1/4 inch Kenner guys. See, the Kenner guys are the ones that are most in scale to the Raptors compared to these smaller ones. So playtime with the Kenner guys is going to be easier and more accurate and in scale to the Raptor Squad. And if you want to see Echo compared with like these guys, just watch my blue review. It's the same exact sculpt essentially. So here is Echo and the Series 1 Raptor. You see the stance is ridiculously different. And the sizing is just ugh. And this looks like, I mean, it's not, you know, great accuracy movie-wise, but a lot of nostalgia here, and it looks fairly like a Jurassic Park Raptor. Which one would you rather buy if you had the same exact amount of money? And this came with the card. And if you got the reissued, I believe Series 2 came with capture gear. So, I mean, when kids can make their own sounds, and that doesn't even sound like a Raptor, I'm going to go with this guy. Look at the detailing on this tail. That's someone going with a knife and doing that and that. And then compare it to this. This is just a whole blob of just like gum. No detailing with a knife, nothing. And then it's just all just generic. It's just bad sculpting. So here's a size comparison of these two. Not that much in scale. Snap jaw. These are actually quite in scale to one another. You can even see the tail on this guy. There's his branding, but you really can't tell unless I got real close with you. But look at like the lines. You have like a ridge here for the top of the tail, like a straight up lizard should have. Just incredible. Like, look how many individual lines there are. It's just great, and you feel it. It's just like, that's a rough, nice plastic animal. Yeah, there's the sizing of these two guys. Fairly in scale and play compatible with one another. Here's your Chomping Rex. Chomping Rex is way too small, so sizing of these guys. Lost World Chazosaurus and Raptor, not in scale to one another. Doesn't look that great. Some more herbivores. We have the best Pachy alive. Not in scale at all. Young T-Rex and Raptor. This is, I guess, kind of in scale. Young T-Rex should be like a little bit taller. But like there. So, kind of play compatible. Trike. They're play compatible, I'd say. This Trike is just a phenomenal figure. Look at this shit. Look at that. So here's the overly sensitive piece of shit Stop and Strike with the wonderful neck seams. I actually got it exchanged, so I got one that has a little bit better neck seams, but still an unrecommended figure. Because there's no neutral pose, this is about it. The height of the Stomp and Strike is just not enough. I'd say like the height should be about right there. So, I mean, you can tell these toys are just so glossed over and cheap. There's the sizing, as you see, not in scale. Raptor should be a little smaller, T-Rex should be a little bigger. The Dominus and Raptor looks a little bit better play compatibility wise. At least they have that thing going for them. The Indominus and Delta, so a little bit better scale wise. And do I even have to do it? One of these is just amazing. And one of these is just not. I mean, if you look at this figure, you can see that the lines and stuff, they're not that detailed of a sculpt. But it's just when you touch this thing. Oh, here's some more detailing. See, that's where they belong, the bottom. Yeah, there's not that much, like, you know, lines and stuff there, but there's just enough, like, a couple pebbles. When you touch it, it's just like, this thing is real. And look at the face. They did not cheapen on the face here. Look at all that texture, all the lines and stuff that they use compared to, like, Charlie. I mean, look how glossed over this is. And there's nothing there. Look at this. There's just nothing there. It's all cheap crap. That's all it is. So no, So no, this Utah Raptor, or pretty much anything Kenner, is not play compatible with the Hasbro Raptor Growler squad. Yep, that just happened. Alright, so Echo and Blue don't want to stand, so fuck them. They're just going to stand there. Delta and Charlie, I mean, they look okay. At least the sculpts stand up correctly. But they're just really crappy, glossed over sculpts. These don't want to stand. It's sad because if I had to recommend one out of these four, I recommend Echo. I don't know why. The paint job is just so outlandish that I like it. Maybe because it just looks really cool. Like a desert almost like a camo extreme type deal going on. The action feature still moves the arms. It's a decent sculpt besides the mouth being opened. Detailing wise, it's the best detailing out of all of them. I mean, I'm a completist, so I have to like own the whole Raptor squad, you know what I'm saying? But this is just unacceptable. Like, look how glossy and nasty this is. And just, at least my head seams, and if you can see there, you really don't notice it for these guys, but they do have their head seams. I've seen it worse where they're cracked open, like Victoria's, Cantina's, Raptors. And they're just, oh my god, they're so cheap. So I really don't recommend you picking these guys up. They better than the Titan class? I mean, I would say not really, to be 100% honest. I'm assuming the Titan class at least stand up. Yeah, they don't have the sickle claws, but you can easily just take a knife and then glue it back in for that three-toed clawed animal. But this shit's just unacceptable. This really pisses me off. It's just gonna be a display item essentially. Yeah, I'm so pissed at this toy line. It's just so atrocious what we could have had, which is probably like something like this, compared to like just this garbage. It's pretty bad how toys have fallen far from the tree from the 90s to now. So final scores out of 10. I originally gave Blue a 9. I can't go back on it. Echo, I'm just going to say Echo is a 7. I'm going to say Charlie is like, I don't know, a 4 or a 5. Delta's like a 4 or a 5. If you had to pick one, you only have 15 bucks in your pocket and you had to pick one, I would say Echo, even though mine doesn't stand. I don't know why I like Echo so much, but I think Echo I would recommend out of all of them. And fuck it, Echo's just going to stay there. Fuck them. It's pretty sad because Charlie's my favorite and Delta has the most head detailing besides Blue. But it's just something about Echo that makes it look better than the rest. So Echo gets a 7. They get 5s. They get 5s. The only problem I really have, besides the really bad down damage, some of the paint blotches, the horrible sculpt, is that there's no like detailing for the head. Besides the eye looks great here. If this had a better looking eye and just had some better rib action here, along with just better detailing for the sculpt itself, this would probably be close to a 10. Same with her, if she was a little bit better. But hey, fuck it. So none of them get a recommendation from me. My suggestion, buy one of these guys. They're 20 bucks if you really want an awesome Raptor. It's really big, electronic sounds, cool action feature like so, and a really nice feel to it. I understand if you want all the Raptor Squad guys. If you really want the Raptor Squad guys, I would suggest Lego. All of them look like their actual movie counterparts. I mean, this doesn't look like Echo at all, but for some reason, I recommend this to you out of all 4 of these pieces of shit. So, it's a sad day here at In-Depth Reviews and Matt Brando's channel that these Raptor Growlers are pretty disappointing. But we're going to do the Macarena and get the hell out of here. So, we'll put the Macarena. Hey, Macarena. Have a great day, guys. Thanks for watching. She's called Velociraptor Blue. I don't see any blue on her. But she has black where the blue is supposed to be. Jackie Chan meme. Why on earth is this animal black when in the film it's called Velociraptor Blue and she's just called Blue? And she has a black striped paint job, face palm,